Facts Verse presents Dad cuts daughter's hair off for getting birthday highlights, then Mom does the unthinkable. Kelsey Frederick was excited about her upcoming 13th birthday. Her parents, Shafran and Christian, had gotten divorced years earlier, and her father was now engaged to a woman named Sarah, and the two gave Kelsey 3 brothers who she really adored. She was going to have a birthday party at her mother's house and at her father's house, which she did every year, 2 different parties. She loved the idea of having 2 birthday parties every year. And since her 13th was a big birthday, after all, it is your first teen year, well, Christian had something special planned for their daughter. When Shafran and Christian got divorced, they were awarded joint custody, and that meant that Kelsey would spend half the time with her mother and then the other half of her time with her father. Even though Kelsey's time was split evenly with her mom and dad, she was closer to Christian. She and Kelsey were the best of friends. Kelsey had a great relationship with her father, but she had a stronger bond with her mother. Christian planned a sleepover party for Kelsey and a few of her friends, and afterwards she'd take her to the salon to get blonde highlights in her hair and then send her to her father's house for the rest of the weekend. Kelsey was excited about her party, but she was even more excited about getting those highlights. She had always wanted lighter hair, and she was finally going to get a chance to have it. After Kelsey's hair appointment, her mother took her to get her nails done and then to Sephora to get her makeup done. Kelsey was a girly girl and loved to do her hair and borrow her mother's makeup anyway, so for Kelsey, this was the best birthday gift ever. Christian saw the huge smile on her daughter's face and, well, that made her happy. She'd never seen Kelsey so delighted and confident ever before. She took a photo of Kelsey after her makeover and posted it on Facebook. She wanted her family and friends to see how beautiful her daughter was. Unfortunately, there was one person who was not impressed with Kelsey's new look. When Kelsey got dropped off at her father's house, he saw her new hairdo and he was livid. He thought having highlights at the age of 13 was unacceptable. But rather than giving his daughter a lecture about acting her age or making her wear a hat while she was with him, her father took things a little bit too far. Now, typically, Christian didn't hear much from Kelsey when she was with her father because she was always busy with him and his new family. For some reason, though, on this day, Christian knew that there was something wrong. Several days had passed, and she hadn't heard yet from her daughter. A few days later, Kelsey finally came home. Christian didn't recognize her own daughter. Her eyes were swollen and puffy, and her beautiful highlighted hair was gone. It had been chopped off. Christian asked her daughter what had happened, and it turned out that her dad, Shafran, didn't like Kelsey's hair, and he took her to the hairdresser kicking and screaming to have it cut off. According to a professional hairstylist, what Kelsey's father asked for was a complete chop-off. She said that it was cut like boys' hair with no way to style it. Kelsey was so upset that she wouldn't even take her hands away from her face. Christian was furious. She couldn't get Kelsey to talk about what had happened, so she drove to her ex-husband's house, and as soon as she saw him, she began screaming in his face. Shafran told her that he and his fiancée thought that she was too young for highlights and actions have consequences. Well, Christian agreed with him about actions having consequences, but, well, he had no idea that it would be him who would face those consequences. The first place Christian went after leaving her ex-husband's house was the police station. She wanted to file charges against him for what he did to their daughter. Christian believed it was a form of child abuse that was much more than Kelsey deserved. Next, she posted a photo of Kelsey right after getting her highlights and then a photo of her daughter's hair after her ex forced her to get it cut. She only meant for friends and family to see what the ex did, but it ended up going viral. In just a week, the post was shared over 24,000 times, and over 33,000 people reacted to it. The police knocked on Shafran's door. The officer involved said that he'd never seen a case like this one in his 25-plus years that he had been on the force, and he couldn't really arrest the guy for what he did to his daughter, but Christian used the police report in court, so she got full custody of Kelsey later on. Shafran and his wife both worked for the Middletown Township Fire Department, and when the fire department heard what had happened, Shafran and his wife were both placed on administrative leave. The fire department made a statement as well and said that they didn't want people like that working for them. The consequences that Shafran and his wife suffered for their actions were severe and life-changing. Well, thanks to the viral post, Kelsey was getting a lot of support, more than she ever could have imagined. People from all over were supporting her, not her father. Kelsey was only 13 years old, and the attention was beginning to be a bit much. It was bad enough that people were staring at her at school, but now, social media and all that attention, it was becoming way too much to handle. Fortunately, something good did come out of the situation. Kelsey's Aunt Kelly set up a GoFundMe account to try and help her. Her aunt set a goal of $1,000 to pay for her to get her hair fixed and maybe get some new clothes to help her regain her confidence. Well, the account went well past the goal, and $3,543 was donated. One anonymous donor gave $2,000 alone. This was going to be more than enough money for Kelsey to get her hair fixed. Since there wasn't much the hairdresser could do with her short hair, Kelsey decided to get a wig. She could wear that until her hair grew out enough to get extensions. Her mom went to the police, started an online campaign, people reached out and helped her. And thanks to that wig, Kelsey has her confidence back. But her relationship with her father's probably never going to be the same. And subscribe for more.